Yo, what's up everybody? Lawler here. Going to be talking about an upcoming tournament. For some reason, it is still impossible to find when Rocket League tournaments are going on. And this one is no different. I have not seen anybody talk about it other than the few tweets that have gone out. But for those that don't know, Rocket League is getting another Twitch Rivals. If you guys have never gotten the chance to watch these, it's some of the most fun tournaments that you get to watch in the Rocket League scene. And I, for some reason, have been invited to compete in this one as well. We just finished up the Knights one and took second place. We went to Game 7 against Sosa and Lethamir. It was close, but not too bad for a guy who only plays 2 hours a month. Either way, today's video, we're going to be talking about Twitch Rivals, what it is, the draft system, the prize pools, everything that's going on with it, and some of the people competing. What's up, everybody? Lawler here, inside source for all things Rocket League. Going to be talking about Twitch Rivals Rocket League Showdown. We've got North America and Europe. There is some North America only rules as compared to Europe, but we'll kind of separate and explain those as we get through it. And for those that have never seen Twitch Rivals before, it is a show that is hosted primarily by Wavepunk, actually, out of the studio in Burbank, California. It's called NGE, or Next Generation Esports. But they put on a show on a regular basis. They do a variety of different games. I think this is the 4th Twitch Rivals that's actually going to be going down. I think Athena is also the back-to-back champion. So fingers crossed on Athena's team, because girl don't lose. Either way, they're going to be running what is called a crew battle. So today's video, we're going to talk about the format, what's happening, how everything breaks down, hopefully give you a hint at some of the competitors other than myself, as well as the prize pool and how all that stuff shakes down, and where to watch, how to watch, and everything, because this tournament actually is happening today. It will be happening in a few hours after this video posts. So first things first, what is Twitch Rivals? What is a crew battle? Basically, what's going to happen is there's going to be 4 rosters of players that are competing in a variety of heats. And each heat is a different game mode, whether it be drop shot, doubles, rumble, snow day, you name it. The way it's going to work, and this only applies to North America. For some reason, EU doesn't have a draft system. But in North America, 3 captains that have already been pre-selected. I assume there's going to be some chance for captains to be the same. The ones last time were Kronovi, Athena, Rizzo, and Sizz. I wouldn't be surprised if they let those guys run it back and see if they can recompete to kind of craft this storyline that's been building. But this will be the 4th iteration of Twitch Rivals. In North America, there is going to be 4 captains, and they're going to pick from a pool of players. Who they're going to be, who's signed up, who's playing, I have no idea. The only person I know for sure that are involved is Athena, Torment, myself, Johnny Boy over in Europe, and Musty. So who's playing and who's not, I don't know. But they put out a tweet listing some of those people that you can see here. But there's 3 captains that they've predetermined, and then 1 that's actually being voted on by chat. So chat's going to pick a captain as well, which sucks to be that person who has to do everything on the fly. In Europe, crews are going to be pre-made before the show even starts. But in North America, it's going to start off with those 4 captains drafting other players. The requirements is that they have to have, at the end of it, exactly 2 pros and 3 content creators, and then themselves. There's going to be a multitude of game modes in 9 different heats that each team is competing in. In Heat 1, it is Drop Shot. In Heat 2, it is Doubles. Heat 3 is Rumble. Heat 4 is Snow Day. 5 is Standard. 6 is Spike Rush. 7 is Drop Shot Rumble. 8 is Hoops, and 9 is Heat Seeker. Now, the unique thing about this is, well, yeah, there's only 1 match being played at a time for this. So who plays and what and how does that decided? And if you've never watched Twitch Rivals, this is where it gets fun, because usually you have significant others playing against each other. There's a lot of banter and a lot of sleeping on the couch that gets threatened, and it's always a really good time. Twitch Rivals is one of the funnier contents that's put out by the Rocket League like tournament situations, so highly recommend tuning in. This starts at 1 p.m. Pacific today, so make sure you tune in. But what's going to happen is the captains are going to be picking who they want to play in each of the heats, and the way that it works is if your team wins, you get $2,000 for your team. If your team loses, you get $500 for your team. Ultimately, at the end of everything, you have a pool of money that then gets divvied up between all the players on the team that you've been drafted by or that you're captaining. At the end of everything, though, after all 9 heats have completed, you then are left with the 2 best performing teams, and they play in a head-to-head in a grand final for $2,500. Some of these rules are pretty crazy. Things are all over the place, and it's pretty wild to see how things are going. all lineups per heat are blind picked, meaning the lineups are both unveiled simultaneously to the other team. It means that you can't like counter pick. You can't be like, oh, they're putting in their worst players, we're not going to put in our best players. It is the captains being like, who do we think is good? We have to have everybody play at some point. Who's good at what thing? Let's put them in. And it's a lot of trust in the captains. It's a lot of pressure, and you just got to hope that you step up for your team, because you're not just winning money for yourself, you're winning money for everybody. So it's pretty fun. And the best part too is if you're watching these, because everybody has to stream, if you're not playing in the matches, you get to cheer on and hang out with all the other people on your team and banter and talk crap to the other. It's a lot of fun. There's a bunch of tiebreaker rules and all that kind of stuff, but we don't really need to get into those. If you do make it as the top 2 teams and get into the grand finals, the way they decide how things are played are pretty chaotic. The first game is decided by a chat vote, and then games 2 through 5, they alternate based upon who loses. So if you play in game 1 and you lose, your team then picks the next game mode for game 2. You lose again, you pick game 3, and you keep doing that to give yourself hopefully an advantage. And it's all over the place. No game modes are allowed to be repeated. And for the lineups for the teams, every person has to play at least once in the grand finals. So if you're in the finals, you have to play, and you might have to clutch it up for your team. So it's pretty crazy. Sometimes you want to start out strong. There's a lot of strategy. Sometimes you're going to want your best players for last so they can bail you out of a tough situation. But a lot of teams will just say, yo, let's get all of our players in, and then let's have the best team go and compete and try to win some money. Because at the end of the day, trying to win some cash. I mean, there's what, a $25,000 prize pool. So yeah, people are going to be trying a little bit, and it leads to some really funny moments. The best part is if you are part of the winning team, if you win the grand finals in that head-to-head best of 5, you and the rest of your teammates, your captains, all get invited back to the next one as well, which is awesome, because for those that don't know, this is guaranteed money. Whether you win or whether you lose, you do get some money no matter what. So it's a pretty cool situation for a lot of people. It leads to a lot of different banter and stuff, but some of these game modes are going to be more brutal than others, and some people that are significantly better at certain game modes than others. And that's part of the strategy of who to draft. Even though Tryhouse is maybe diamond on a good day, he's a god at hoops. So like, do you pick him for that and use him as a pocket pick? Like, there's a lot of strategy that's involved with this, and the draft is going to be an absolute blast. So this will be going down literally later today. The matches start again at 1 p.m. Pacific, and we'll be going pretty much throughout the entire night. It's a pretty long tournament, but it's a lot of fun. Again, I'll be streaming my perspective at twitch.tv/Lawler, as I suck pretty much. I don't know. We took second place in the Knights one, but that was like normie stuff. And some of these game modes are not my forte. So should be fun. But if you guys do have any additional questions, comments, concerns, check the description below. It'll have links to everything I'm talking about. And if you guys have any additional questions or comments, let me know in the comments down below. And when you're down there, give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.